We are being forced to make decisions in the moment of what's happening. The uncertainty is happening. That is a guarantee. We don't know what's going to happen with the market. We don't know what's going to happen with supplies. We don't know what's going to happen with work. We don't know what's going to happen with this virus. So we have to make decisions, and we have to basically fight and recover every time we make a new decision. We can't focus on the uncertainty. We can't focus on what we don't know. We also can't focus on the things that have already happened. If there's shutdowns, all you can do is focus on surviving through it. If there's economic failure, we have to focus on how we're going to recover after this happens. We have to be now. We have to be in this moment of now. We have to take care of the people around us, and we have to work together to make this happen. We have to stand together. Make a choice. Be a champion. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a crazy time we're in. This is a crazy time. All this stuff with coronavirus and countries shutting things down. I mean, this is just, it's crazy. And the hysteria that is being caused from it, the panic that is being caused from it, the information that's going around, the misinformation that's going around. It's a lot to take in. For me, I have my own feelings on it. I have my opinions on what's going on, what people are doing, and I'm not going to let my livelihood be challenged by it. What do I mean by that? I have a wife and a child on the way in 10 weeks, and those are my priorities. You know, there's a lot of other things going on, and I mean, I have the academy, I have my students, I have all these people that rely on me just as much as I rely on them. And we're in this state where everything is uncertain. Events are being canceled all over the world. Flights are no longer allowed. These quarantines that are happening. And it's like the world is going mad. It's going absolute mad. People are stocking up on everything. I mean, you can't buy toilet paper. You can't find loads of water. And everyone is acting like the world is coming to an end. And I mean, let's be honest. This is a situation, yes. You know, this coronavirus is very real. The spread of it is happening, but the people that are mostly impacted by this, yes, they are the elderly or people that have current conditions, respiratory conditions, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't take that into account, because we should. We don't want this to keep spreading, and we don't want this to be a global extermination of the population with those conditions. We do need to take care of that, but at the same time, we still need to understand that we need to survive. We need to keep moving on. I mean, the stock market is completely crashing. Many of people, myself included, have lost everything that's in that account. But here's the thing. The way the stock market works, unless you sell it, you're not actually losing. I mean, if it's sitting there, you're watching the numbers down, drop and drop and drop, you're freaking out, and you're gonna lose your shit. But if you just sit tight, everything bounces back. We bounce back. Economics are gonna bounce back. The jobs are gonna bounce back. Your health is gonna bounce back, hopefully. You know, and for me, I'm fighting the fight moment to moment, just like a fight. We talk about this with all my athletes, that in every fight, there are many, many fights that actually happen. It's not just the fight. It's not just training for the fight. It's not just the result that happens at the end of it. There are so many little fights that happen from the moment you walk from the backstage to the moment you get into the ring, from the moment you get into the ring to the first steps into the cage, from the first steps in the cage to the first exchange with you and your opponent, from the first time that you hurt him or the first time that he hurts you. Those are all moments that have to be recovered from. Every time a moment happens, you have to actually bounce back from that moment and decide what happens next. And that's what's happening right now. We are being forced to make decisions in the moment of what's happening. The uncertainty is happening. That is a guarantee. We don't know what's going to happen with the market. We don't know what's going to happen with supplies. We don't know what's going to happen with work. We don't know what's going to happen with this virus. So we have to make decisions, and we have to basically fight and recover every time we make a new decision. We can't focus on the uncertainty. We can't focus on what we don't know. We also can't focus on the things that have already happened. If there's shutdowns, all you can do is focus on surviving through it. If there's economic failure, we have to focus on how we're going to recover after this happens. We have to be now. We have to be in this moment of now. We have to take care of the people around us, and we have to work together to make this happen. We have to stand together. This is that time where we have to come together and be in the trenches. I talk about coaches that need to be in the trenches with their athletes. This is the time that we need to be in the trenches with each other, and we need to help each other get through this mentally. The fight is mental. That's all it is. I've lost everything in the past, and you know what? If I lose everything again for whatever situation, I'm ready to bounce back. We all need to be. Just because turmoil may hit us, it doesn't mean that things need to end. It just means that we need to rebuild. But what we do in the process is what matters. That is what matters. What are we doing in the process? We can't focus on the past. We can't even necessarily focus on the future. It's the process of right now. And right now is a very interesting time that we're all going through. The information that's going around, nobody really knows what's happening. People are getting stuck in cities, in countries that can't travel. This is a very movie-esque time we're in. I mean, it almost doesn't seem real. To give you a little insight, what's going on in my life. And I'm having a kid in 10 weeks. Our lease is up where we live right now. And so we're in the process of moving during all this, trying to find a place, trying to settle into where is going to be the best situation for us to actually raise our child. And through all this, also trying to figure out what we're going to do economically. It's a very interesting time. And I personally could focus on the fact that, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen, or just focusing on what's important. And what's important to me are the people around me. What's important to me is my wife. What's important to me is the birth of our child and being able to give them a safe environment. As much as I want to say, hey, I'm afraid to lose our finances. I'm afraid to lose everything that I've built. I'm afraid to lose the comfortability of where I live. I am. I'm afraid to lose all of that. But what's important is more important than any of it. And these are those times where we need to realize what's important and who's important, and not worry about all the extra bullshit pieces. And it really is, money comes and goes, things come and go. If we've built things, you can build it again. It can always be better the next time around if we allow it to be. The true definition of a champion is defined through the adversity that we overcome. And right now it's just one of those times. This is a round in a fight. We're going to survive and we're going to thrive. It's really that simple if we choose to. We have to choose in the moment to be a champion, and that's when a champion is made. So right now is the time that we all have to choose. And I choose to be a champion. I hope you choose to be a champion. I hope that we can all come together and help each other champion. That's what it is. We're in a crazy time. The world's going absolutely mad. We don't have to buy into it. We don't have to give into the hysteria. We don't have to give into the chaos. But we do have to give in to come together. And we will get through this. We're going to come out stronger. We're going to come out more powerful. And like any storm that's ever happened, when it passes, things are always a little more beautiful. This is no different. Choose to be a champion. This is our stance. Hey guys, if you like this episode, follow the podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel.